And today we will continue with our class, which is under Chapter 6, Repetitive Statement. But before I start our class, I would like to remind you guys about the assignment that we have, which is in Kalam. Okay, so this Kalam assignment is created by the respective lecturers lah. From one of our section, we assign it to them. Okay, and then they create this. And this is the assignment that you have to do, and I will mark them later lah. Okay, so and then here is the instruction, and you have to submit before 17 April. So since the 17 April is on Sunday, right? So I just want to ask you again whether you want a lab sheet or you want me to consider this as your lab attendance.
Consider this a lab attendance, sir.
Oh, okay. So means that as long as you submit, you count as attending the lab lah. Okay, no problem. So please read the guidelines properly. Okay, because I don't read the guidelines. So you guys have to read because you guys are doing the assignment, right? So at the end, okay, I'll just check your program whether it's a correct one or not. Okay, so follow everything in the guideline. Okay, and follow the instruction properly. Okay, the way you submit them, everything. Okay, and then should be fine lah if you submit them properly lah. Okay. So I don't think there will be much problem. So I guess we will continue our class for today. So next is about last week assignment, last week lab sheet, okay, lab exercise. So I guess a lot of you have stuck in question number 1, right? So you guys are figuring out what is the problem with question number 1. I cannot get the exact output as what the output shows. This is because one of the tips and tricks you need to do in the chapter in question number 1 is that you have to use repetitive statement. So I just want to see whether you guys are aware of that or you guys discover it by yourself or not. Okay, in case you did not discover it by yourself, you can fix your answer in the lab assignment that you submit. Okay, you can fix them and resubmit again. Okay, because I allow fixing the answer lah. Okay, later on if you want to fix them. Okay, so before we start, okay, do you have any question regarding the lab sheet? Because I will also discuss the lab sheet answer today. Okay, any question about the assignment and the lab sheet? No?
Sir,
Yes.
I want to ask whether the assignment, right? The flowchart we'll be doing in PDF, but the coding, right? Should we submit the PY punya file, or we just copy all the codes that we wrote, then we just put it in a PDF, then send it together one shot?
Okay, based on the instruction here, they want you to submit the source code here. Okay, all the source code in Python or C. So means that you submit the py file also. I think you guys just submit the py file lah, .py file. Okay, and attach you attach the assignment, write a proper assignment lah with title, with everything. Okay, and okay, and then you attach the py file as a PDF also can, and also as a py file in the submission also can. Okay, so I prefer it in py file lah because easy for me to run them lah. Okay, usually assignment, okay, I don't want to run the software. If you case you put in the output as well in the assignment, everything in one PDF. Okay, the source code also in the PDF, and then the output also in one PDF. I would really appreciate that lah. Okay, so that I just read the assignment and then I look at the output and it's okay, then I'm okay lah. If I don't need to run Tony or anything else, I don't need to download all the files lah. I just read the PDF from Kalam. Okay, so that's the answer for your question. Okay, do you have any other question? Any other question? No.
Doktor.
Yeah, Lokman.
Saya masa lambat tadi saya terlepas untuk submission assignment ni. Boleh doktor beritahu?
Oh, assignment submission 17 April. So submission count as attendance for this week lab. So submit according to the instruction and guideline. Itu sahaja.
Oh,
okay.
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 So anything else? Okay, no. Okay, then we go proceed to our class. Okay, this week is about repetitive statement. So repetitive statement is what we usually call a programming loop. Okay. So if you heard something programming, kena buat loop. Programming, you have to create loop. So this is where it comes. So repetitive statement. Okay, for this way, okay, you should be able to understand what is repetitive statement, which is while, for, break, continue, and able to implement this statement in solving problems. So repetitive is one of the most important statements in your codes that you can use to simplify your coding, okay, and to make your coding much more flexible as well. So we often use repetitive statement. No, most of the time we will use the repetitive statement lah, just to cheat our lines to make it shorter or something like that. Okay, so statements are executed sequentially means that according to the condition, okay, we will create a loop. Okay, according to condition, a conditional code, and we will create a loop and go back before the condition itself. Okay, so this is where we have looping here. You see, it's like a loop. Okay, so in case you need to execute some lines a number of times, like 3 or 4 times, you can use the loop statement just to simplify your code by a lot actually. So one of the statement that we have for repetitive is while statement. So while statement is where you use the word while. So repeat a statement of statements while a condition is true. Condition is tested before executing the loop body. Okay, so let me just demonstrate to you. Okay, one way of how you use while. Okay, how do I clear this one? Just close. Okay, so no. Close this one first. Okay, new. File save as. Okay, so where is clear shell? No clear shell.
Just
Hello?
right click at the shell, sir.
Right clear. Ah,
Yes, and then
clear. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now example of a is equal 0 while a is not equal 0. Okay. So this one is where I put when a is not equal 0. And then when I put the double dot here and then I press enter, it will be indented a little bit to the right. So this means we are in the loop of while. Okay. So while a is equal 0, okay, ask user a is equal. Okay, we put in eval input. We ask the user input a new a. Okay, so now let's run our code. No, then we back at the back. This one we already exited the loop because we start on the left side, the most left side. Okay, if you in the loop of while, it might be indented a little bit. So here we put thank you, goodbye. Okay. So let's do this in a way, okay, that you guys understand. What's wrong with this one? Oh, not enough bracket. Okay. Okay, so here, okay, it's wrong. Well, a is equal 0 is wrong. Okay, a equal 1. Okay, so when I run this, input a new a. Okay, put 2, put 3, put 4, 5. Okay, you see that as long as I put and I put information at the a that is not equal 0 or put anything, so it will still repeat the loop. Okay, so except if there will be error in case I didn't put anything. Okay, so in case I put like for example 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so I cannot put uh, a string as well because I define it as an integer in the beginning. Okay, so if put any integer, okay, put -2. Okay, so all of these, okay, okay, we'll repeat again. Okay, unless I put 0. When I put 0, thank you, goodbye. So this is an example of a looping. You see that it will repeat the while input as long as it did not satisfy as long as it satisfies this condition, not A is not equal 0. So when you start A is equal 1, okay, you satisfy this condition, you enter the loop. And inside the loop, it will ask you about A. So when you enter the A, as long as it will repeat again, go back here, when I put 1, 2, 3, it will go back here. A is still not equal 0. Proceed and ask me again. I put A is not equal 0. It repeat multiple times. Okay, most of the time, no, all the time is repeat until I enter 0, where under this condition, yes, it is equal 0, so it does not satisfy this condition, proceed downwards. So you go to print, thank you, goodbye. Okay, so I think you guys can understand this, right? Can you guys understand this? Boleh faham tak?
Boleh ya, sir.
Okay, simple, right? So from now it gets even more harder. Okay, now, okay, let's go towards here. Okay, we have count. And we start count is equal 0. Count is equal 0, and here we have count is less than 9. And here, down here, okay, we will print, just print. The count is count. Okay, and then you put one statement down here, count is equal count plus 1. Okay, let's take a look what will happen. Okay, clear this one here. Okay, and then see that. You see that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, goodbye. So what happened here is that when count equals 0, it satisfies this condition, goes inside the loop. Okay, and then they print it as 0. And then 0 plus 1 become a new count. So count now is becoming 1. So when it becomes 1, it goes back to the beginning of the loop. Okay, and then it goes count is 1 less than 9. And then print out count is 1. And then the 1 plus 1 become 2. Okay, it goes up here. Okay, and then count is 2. Okay, and still 9 less than 9. So we'll display 2. And then add become 3, and it repeat itself up until it's become 9. Okay, so when it become 9, it doesn't satisfy this condition anymore, and it will jump directly to print thank you, goodbye. So this is one way of you doing it. So you can do a lot of this. Okay, like for example, if you want to do 20, can. Okay, 20. Okay, if you want to do 10,000, okay, example 1,000 lah, 10,000. This morning when I did it, quite taking a long time lah. Okay, okay, you see this is working on towards 10,000, so quite time consuming lah dekat sini. Okay, so here you see that, okay, you can see that the result goes up until 999, and when it reach 1,000, thank you, goodbye. So this is where we use the loop. And how do you integrate count within the loop? Okay. So again, you can replace the number of loop according to an input that you have. So here, instead of having a fixed input, 1,000, you can put in a variable, like for example, num loop, eval input, how many loop. Okay, so we close it here, and here we put in num loop. So when you run this, okay, how many loop that you want? I want 4. Okay, it goes 4. Okay, how many loops that you want? 30. Goes 30. Okay, how many loops that you want? I want 700. It goes up until 700. So this is one way for you to do. So when you see looping, okay, actually it simplify the codes a lot because the code is short, but you can see the display is a lot of things here. As long as you want it. Okay, you're repeating it will repeat the codes multiple times, so no need to write it again later on. Okay. So next is one question. Okay, how to make it loop to allow user enter value multiple times. Okay, you see that you have entered the first value, enter the second value, 40. Okay, so yes, pass with B and then pass with A. So when you see here, you see that, okay, we have a total here, and from there we have a condition that print out the grades. So this is an example of the code. Okay, you can see that here they create a num total, enter number of total value. Oops. Okay, enter number of total value to be calculated. So the first value, okay, you create how many combination, maybe 10. Okay, enter the first value, second value, and then total, and then we repeat 10 times. All of this will be repeated 10 times according to the number total that you have. Okay. And then we have what we call for statement. So for is different than while due to ability for us to decide how many repetition that you want within the for sequence. Okay, so for while you have to include this count equal count plus 1. For you don't need to include that. Okay, like for example in this case here you have alphabet. Okay, let's just demonstrate to you here. Alphabet equal Python for index, in range, and length. Alphabet print current alphabet alphabet index. Okay, so let's try and run this. So when you build it, what will happen? Okay, when you build it, oops, something wrong. I forgot bracket. Okay, you see that it will print out the alphabet one by one. So what happened is that for index, in range, length alphabet. So length alphabet means the length of this string. Index means you have index for each of them, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have number 0. Alphabet 0 is P, alphabet 1 is H, alphabet 3 is Y, alphabet 4 is T, 1, 2, 3 is T, 4 is 0, and 4 is O, and 5 is N. So from there, it will repeat, okay, 6 times here, P, H, Y, T, O, N. This is when index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if you can see in the variable here, you can see that index is equal 5. Okay, mean it starts from 0 until 5. Okay. Okay, any question? No question? No question. Okay, then we proceed to next. Ada soalan? Ada siapa chat ke? Tak ada. Okay. Okay, next we proceed with an example. Okay, this is what I have been explaining right now. Okay, so index is equal 6, which is 0 until 5. For index of 0 to 5, okay, if true, print alphabet index of 0. Okay, alphabet 0, alphabet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then after it's finished, it will end the codes. So next we see that we have a number of similar codes that you can do. Okay, like for example, instead of using something like this, you don't want to use len here. They describe as len. Okay, you can put in like for example, print similar. Okay, you have for alphabet in Python. Print okay, current alphabet, and the next line is alphabet. Okay, so let's see what is the difference between these two. Okay, it's basically the same. Okay, so here you have defined the index based on the range, the length. Okay, here you define the alphabet based on, okay, the alphabet available in the string. So here when you saw for alphabet in Python, okay, So for each one, so this one alphabet 1, alphabet 0, alphabet 1, alphabet 2, alphabet 3, alphabet 4, alphabet 5. So you define as 5 times alphabet. Okay. So it will print out the related alphabets as you see here. And other than that, we can even have something like this one. You can see here fruits, banana, apple, and mango. Okay. So for here, you have 3 elements within fruit. And for each element is count as one index. Okay. One index. One index. So here where you call it, you have index in range length fruits. Okay, so you have this one and it becomes it will display the fruits only. Okay, like for example here I show you fruits is equal banana, or mango. Range length fruits range. Okay, so let's try and take a look at this answer. So you can see that, oh, what's wrong? Oh, I used the wrong symbol. Okay, so here you see that the first element is banana, second element is apple, and third element is mango. So and then we have the second one. Here you have for fruit in fruits. Okay, you have down here is fruit. And when you run it, you see that you get the same result from the top and bottom. Okay, so just make sure that we are not confusing. So print similar input, similar output, sorry. Okay. So I want to ask you next, okay, what if we want to display, like for example, for banana, we want to display B-A-N-A-N-A, like what we did in Python before. So how do you think we can do that? Anybody got the answer? If you want banana to display B-A-N-A-N-E, apple is A-P-P-L-E, like what we did with Python before. So anybody got a suggestion? How can we do it? Somebody? Yeah.
Guling alfabet tadi ya betul.
Yang macam alphabet, we want to do it something, we want to do like this again. Okay, like what we did for this one. Okay, tapi kita nak display for here in this case is banana, B-A-N-A-N-A, for apple, A-P-P-L-E. Okay, like what we did before here. Oh no, before I already deleted. Okay, so like for example, for before this we have Python. Okay, like for example, let's just do it again. So here we have Python, right, before this. So here we have in fruits. Okay, so here in this case we have Python. Okay, same thing, we want the banana, apple, and mango to display like this Python. Okay, anybody got the suggestion? How can we do it? Anybody got the suggestion? No one? How can we do it? Okay, how can we do it? Any idea? Who got an idea how we can do it? Nobody got an idea. It's almost the same thing. Almost the same thing.
Open the bracket, sir.
Open the bracket. Not exactly open the bracket.
Change the bracket.
No, change the bracket. No. Easier way. We don't want to disturb this bracket. Don't want to disturb this one. Okay, so how can we change? Well, how can we display? Okay, I'll just give you the answer lah. The answer is that you build another loop inside the loop. Okay, for in this case we have index, fruit index. So you have for fruit in, okay, range, length, fruit index. Okay, so print. So now we in the second loop. It's a loop within a loop. Okay, so print fruit. Okay, let's see whether you can get it correctly or not. Okay, fruit in range of length, fruit index. Oops. So you see that when I have, okay, my banana, okay, apple, and mango. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, supposedly I have, I should put it fruit, okay, I should put it fruit, okay, wait, fruit index. Lines fruit index for fruit index. Line fruit index. Okay, so supposedly like this, fruit index, and we put another bracket down here, fruit index, fruit. Okay, you see that we have banana, okay, BANANA, apple is APPLE, mango is MANGO. So you see that you can multiply this to a lot more. Okay, this is a two-dimensional array basically. So you want to find out the element within this element. Okay, so you have to add another same thing. Okay, you can imitate the same thing and then put it another one. So you do what we call here as nest loop. Okay, nest loop. So here and then we similar to this. Okay, I'm not sure whether this one can or not. Let's just try it again. So just copy. Okay, fruit. And then you have this one tab. For fruits in fruit. For fruit. Okay, we reduce one. For fruit in fruit. Okay. Current fruit. Okay. So let's try. See? Same thing. Okay, you see that? So banana, BANANA. Okay, apple, APPLE, mango is a mango. So when we do a loop within a loop, it goes more detailed. Huh? So in case first you want to find out 1, 2, 3 elements within fruits. Now you go one spelling one by one within the element within the loop. Okay, so this one is a loop within a loop. Huh? So this is what we call a nested loop. Okay. So, okay, this is what
Doctor,
yeah.
just now, why the answer before it turn mango vertically, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Okay, why? Because I print out the index. I print out the
Oh,
index.
okay.
Supposedly, I put the index within the array here so that it can find out what is at the index. So here, I didn't put in from fruit index 1, 0. Okay, I just put 0 immediately. So that's why it shows out 0. I should put a fruit index is number 1. Fruit 1, 0. I get the result A. Okay, here. So fruit 1, 0 here. You see that? Okay, down here. Okay, when at the top here, it will start index range length fruits. Okay, now we have 3 index at level fruits. Okay, imagine this as X. The 3 items here x. X is equal from x0, x1, x2. Okay, 3 items here is x, x0, x1, x2. So this index here represent fruit 0, fruit 1, or fruits 2. Okay, so down here, fruit become more detailed. Okay, when here I put in fruit in range of length fruit 0. So fruit 0 is length of here, which is 6. So the element here from 0 until 5. So for the first loop, it will start with fruit 0, 0. And then it goes fruit 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5. And then once it finishes, it goes to fruit 1. And then it goes to fruit 1, 0. Okay, and then it goes through 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Okay, and then it goes toward fruit 2. And then fruit 2, we start with fruit 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, okay, and 2, 4. Okay, so this is way array works. Okay, so for you to understand much more clear, you can refer to your variable here. Okay, so fruit, here you see that, okay, refer towards, let me just remove this first. I run it again. Okay, so let's just debug the script step by step. Okay, okay, oops. Oops, oh wait, I forgot how to debug step by step. Okay, so you see that from here, fruits, banana, apple, mango. And then we go one more step. Okay. Oh, they go immediately, 2, 3 times. Oh, how do I run one by one? Got. So you cannot do one by one within a loop. Okay, so let's try do one by one. Okay, so you got fruits, banana, apple, mango here. And then you have in range, length, loop. Okay, then here you see that if I go more, fruits. Okay, length, banana, apple, mango. And then you have range is equal 3. 0 until 3. So 0. Okay, index at 0. So what you see that fruits here index 0. Okay, current fruit is 0. Okay, fruit index 0. Index 0. Okay, current fruit banana. So you put in banana down here. Okay, and then you proceed to the next one, current fruits. You go select index 0, which is banana. And then it goes 6 within banana. And 0 until 6, 0. Here, index here is 0. Fruit is, okay, so here index is 0. Index 0. Fruit, banana, fruit 0. Okay, B. So you display B. Okay, so something like that, it goes up until the end. Okay, you can go step by step using this method. You can see how it changes every time it works. Okay, so I'll copy this and put into the chat box. Okay, if you want to see. Okay, I just noticed this morning that they have limit in the line of codes, the line of messages. Message have, I think they have limit of words. So if it's too long, I have to use the WhatsApp lah. Okay, like what I did this morning. Okay, so you guys understand how this works? Okay, you guys understand or not? Okay, so
Understand, Doctor.
okay, so let's move on. Okay, so this is example, a simple example of nested loop. Okay, so here again, let's take a look at this question next. Okay, so delete everything. Okay, delete everything. So here, next. Oops. Okay, so next is, so let's create a name list. Kelly, Jessa, Emma. Okay, for name index in name list, count is equal 0, while count is less than 5, print name index and equal this and count equal count plus 1, and then go out, print. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, what okay, next we have here, when we run it, oops, name list, supposed to be name list. So here you see that, okay, for each name they want us to repeat 5 times. So here n is equal this, okay, empty, means that do not skip the line, continue directly after the last display. Okay, this is what this n mean. You see here. So here you can put plus, like for example, if you put plus, okay, it become plus. If this, okay, it become empty. Okay, if you put space, and then it becomes space, or you put minus, okay, it becomes minus. Okay, or you want to put anything else, or like for example a, okay, okay, so anything b, something like that, it goes in the between. Okay, so here you see that for each name you have index 1, 2, 3, okay, count 5 times and create it 5 times here. Okay, repeated them 5 times. Okay, it's a very simple one. Okay, as long as you practice them, you should be fine. Okay, you should be able to do it. Okay, so next we have break and continue. Okay, break and continue. So what exactly break and continue? I just demonstrated by example so that you understand, because sometimes if I explain it, I don't think I can explain it very well. So you just look at this, okay, Python. Oh, so it's Py. Okay, so if, okay, let's just display this one first. Print current letter Okay, so when you see this, okay, this is a normal thing that you have saw before. So you display PYTHON. Okay, one by one, the letter one by one being displayed down here. So what if we put one session if letter equal H? Okay, let's start with continue. Okay, so when you see when we do PYT, oh, no H. So what happened here is that, okay, continue will skip the rest of the condition within the loop and goes to the next index. Okay, in case here when it reach H, skip displaying H and go towards index for O. Okay, when it goes to O, okay, O doesn't satisfy this condition, it goes directly towards print and print O. Okay, so this is for continue. And for break, it's a little bit different. Okay, you see that PYT and then doesn't display anything. So what happened? So let's put one line outside of the loop, print. Okay, bye-bye. So when display, here you see that break jumps out of the loop immediately. okay, jumps out of the loop. It doesn't continue in the next index. Okay, it jumps out of the loop and go directly to bye-bye. So if continue, basically it jumps to the next index. Okay, it skips the H and goes towards O and then N. Okay, in case of break, when it reaches H, it immediately quit the loop and continue with the line outside of the loop. Okay, so you guys understand this? Can you guys understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, next is an exercise, easy level. Okay, develop a program for the following computational by implementing suitable repetitive statement. Enhance the flowchart below by using while statement, and after that using for statement to let the user enter the input based on a number of cylinder and cone, and then ask the user to enter related inputs. So in this case, you just have to include one loop to repeatedly use it again. Okay, like for example here, how many cylinder and cone to be determined? 2. Okay, this is the first one, and then this is the second one. Okay, so it basically just add while and for statement lah. Okay, so let's just take a look at the example that I have this morning. Okay, so this is an example that I did this morning. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. Okay. Okay, so here I did something wrong before. Okay, so here I put in 4 in a different range. Supposedly I need to ask 2 times. Easier one lah. Okay, so here I just keep remove this one. Oops, wrong. So here you have to insert while statement. 4 is easier lah. Okay, let's for num loop is equal eval input how many pairs you want to compare. Okay, so here you have for index is for index in range num loop. Okay, so here you have just one indentation is good enough. Oops. Okay, so here we have volume cone, and here we have another one is volume. Okay, cylinder. So here when you have this one, that okay, Okay, so let's try and run the loop. Oops, nub loop. Do I need a bracket? Forgot already. Okay, how many pairs I want to compare? 2. Enter number of cone. Oops. Oh, I should skip this one. Okay, so again, clear. Okay, 2 pairs, enter cone radius 3, 4. Okay, so that object is not callable. What's wrong? Oh, suppose this is power of 2. Okay, power of 2 times. Okay, when we run it, power of 2. Okay. Okay, 2 pairs, radius 3, 4, T4, and the cylinder radius 2, 4. Cylinder is bigger than cone. Okay, see that? And then I do another one, enter cone radius 3, 2, and then I have 5, 3, 53, 43. Cylinder is bigger than cone. Okay, so here is what we have the codes completed. So you can see in WhatsApp, I share in WhatsApp because the code is quite long. Okay, so you can see that uh, the 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 loop has been inserted inside the codes. So here is example of the output. Here they display the volume itself. Okay, most of them display the volume. Okay, so you can do it by yourself here to make it uh, much more beautiful. Okay, in this like this display. Okay, so next is what we have is for X and Y. So I'll give you 10 minutes to do it by yourself. Okay, you can ask me while you do it. Okay, you can refer to the sample codes that I've shown here. Okay, try and do it by yourself for now and ask me in case you have any question. Okay, how are you doing? Okay, boleh ke? Hello, boleh buat ke? No respond.
Tengah buat.
Okay. So how are you? Bulan Ramadan, tak perlu bergerak badan, ada gerak kepala je. Okay, lagi 2 jam sebelum berbuka. 2 jam setengah bagi yang berada di kawasan utara dan KL. Okay, how are you? Okay. Boleh ke?
Okay, sir.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Hebat lah. Okay, so let's try and take a look at the answer. Okay, so here in this case, we have two inputs. Okay, let's just remove everything. Okay, x equal eval input. Okay, enter x. Y equal eval input the y. Okay, so then we have 4 conditions. Okay, so supposedly we need to put this in loop. So let's just use while. While a is not equal 0. Okay, up here we put a is equal 0. Okay, so next we have, okay, if, okay, supposedly last week some people asked me, sir, we have x, if x is equal 0, other y is equal others, they show origin, not origin, other things. Okay, doesn't show anything. So, okay, this is how you do it. Okay, if start with x equals 0 and y equals 0, which is the origin, print. I'm sorry, in case you heard WhatsApp pop-upping uh, on the screen, or the sound of WhatsApp pop-upping inside the video later on. This is because, okay, as usual, a lot of people messaging me, especially during the exam assessment period lah. So you guys also message me a lot. So it's not a group or something, it's just people personally messaging me. Okay, I'll look at that later lah. Okay, so next is, okay, it's quadrant 1. Okay, you have elif. So this one x is more and more than 0, more and equals 0. Okay, y is equals 0. Then you have 3 more quadrant. Okay, as here is more than 0, and we put less than 0, quadrant 2, no, this is quadrant 1. Less than 0, quadrant 2. Okay, less than 0, less 0, quadrant 3. 0, less than 0, quadrant 4. Okay, then at the end you ask whether do you want to repeat A is equal eval, A is equal eval input. Okay, do you want to repeat? Yes equal 1, no equals 0. Okay, and then once you finish, outside of the loop, print. Thank you. Okay, let's run it. Clear this one first. Okay, and when you run it, oh, so what's wrong now? Not enough brackets. I always have always miscalculate the bracket. Okay, so what's it wrong now? Oh, supposedly A equal 1. Okay, enter X 3, 4. Okay, it's quadrant 1. Yes. So enter X is minus 3, 4. It's quadrant 2. Yes, I want to repeat. Minus X is minus 3, minus 4. So I'm in quadrant 3. Yes, I want to proceed again. 3 minus 4. Quadrant 4. No, I don't want to continue. Press 0. Thank you. So this is the code. Easy, right? Not that difficult for you to do, even though it's intermediate level. Okay, it's easy. So I'll copy and paste it in the group WhatsApp again. Okay, for you guys to refer it. Okay, you can copy it by yourself later on. Okay, do you have any question for this question? No.
Sir,
Yo.
dia punya A mesti 1 dengan 0 sahaja. Tak boleh 2, 3, 4.
Okay, kalau you letak 2, 3, 4, what happen? Okay, for example, you have 3, 4. Okay, you want 2, 3, 4. So now, boleh, as long as it's not equal 0. Okay, so if you have not equal 0, it will repeat. Okay, if it's 0, it will end. So this is one way for you to do it lah. Okay.
Tapi kenapa yang paling atas punya A mesti equal to 1?
This one to start. If you start at 0, dia tak masuk loop lagi, dia go finish. We just want to initiate the loop. So when we want to initiate the loop, we have to start the loop with something. So A is equal 1. So while A is equal 1, A is not equal 0, so the loop enter. Okay, we want to initiate the loop only. So that's why we put this one at the top.
Kalau 2 boleh tak?
Boleh je. Same thing. Come
okay.
in. As long as it's not equal 0. Kalau you put 0, okay, what happened? Finish immediately because it didn't enter the loop. Okay, does not satisfy the condition of the loop. You understand? Because your condition here is not equal 0. For it to enter the loop, A must not equal 0. So if we put it 1 here. Okay? Can? Understand? Boleh?
Oh, boleh.
Okay, next. Okay, this one is time consuming. Okay, I'm also getting tired. Okay. So it's almost the same thing. just based on the coordinate, you have to do the calculation like we did before and display whether it is in which quadrant exactly. Okay, so you can do this by yourself. Yeah, my throat is dried. Okay. Okay, so next is the hard level. Okay, the hard level here, I think we do it next week lah. Okay, we do it next week. So let's just discuss the the lab answer. Okay, because the lab answer also involves some looping as well. So let's take a look at your lab answer. Okay, so for question 1, okay, I already discussed with this morning class. Okay, so for this morning class, oh, somebody just submit them. Oh, mesti dapat answer. Oh, good answer to submit. Okay, this morning class, this is the answer. Okay. Oh no, not this one. It's a very simple one. Okay, this is based on Megalan. Okay, Megalan in this section, right? So Megalan answer, okay, this one I fix for you. Okay, your answer is bad. So this one I fix for you. Okay, so so you see for the question, okay, here. So you have this value, okay, get this grade. And then from this grade, you want to enter the student ID, everything, and then you want to calculate the grade, okay, the final exam grade and everything. And then so the semester average, everything, and then finally you want to calculate the grade distribution. So one way is that we use the loop. Okay, supposedly in case you use the loop, then you can get the answer lah. If you don't use the loop, you might be confused most of the time lah. So the confusing is just for the purpose for you to think of the solution. If it's easy, then it will not be a that challenge lah. So here it's the same. I start with small a. Small a is for us to enter the loop. From here, I enter the student ID number. Okay, if ID number is 0, I will break. So this is condition down here. You see, enter student ID number 0, automatically display the grade distribution. So here we'll break. And then enter test 1, test 2, and final exam. And then after that, get the average. Okay, average of the semester. Why does it show something like this? Final distribution. Yeah, it's like this. Semester average like this. Okay, so once you got the semester average, print the semester average and get the grade for the student. So the student grade is supposed to be like this. Okay, else if. So here, if you see that, okay, the student grade, here you have A equal A plus 1. So this one, for the loop, it will increment. Every time you key in student mark, if it gets A will increase by 1, by 2, by 3. If B will increase. C will increase for all of them lah. Okay, so later on, oh, grade distribution didn't display. Where is grade distribution? I didn't copy grade distribution. Yeah, tertinggal. Okay, later on, at the end, at the bottom, you have this grade distribution where you print out the A, B, C, D, E, F that you have calculated before, depending on the number of students that you have inserted. So that from there, you will get the CGPA and put in class average. So when you run it, you enter student ID number like CB1234, test 1, 32, and then test 2, 45, and test student 90. So you see that the student got D. And then I enter into another one, enter student ID number. Same thing, okay, I put in CB12345, okay, 32, 33, 4, 21, got F, and then I put in CA12345, okay, then 56, 77, 99, okay, so here's B, and then I want to quit, I put in 0, and when I quit, it will display, okay, all the result here. So it's easy, right? Okay, so you can refer to my WhatsApp this morning. Okay, there's a sample code there. So I'm supposed to demonstrate the second question here. for today. Okay, so I owe this to the morning class lah. So I'm going to copy one answer from somebody. Okay, and then I will fix it from there because I'm lazy to type. So anybody wants to volunteer their answer? Siapa-siapa nak suruh saya check answer dia orang? Okay, I will fix it for you. Anybody who wants to volunteer your answer? Please respond. Sir, fix my answer. Anybody? Any request? Any request wants me to fix the answer? Don't be ashamed lah. We are learning. No point of
Me,
being
doctor,
ashamed.
me.
Siapa?
Alfian.
Alfian. Okay, email?
Alfian@gmail.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that one. Okay, alfianafnan@gmail.com. Okay, so here we copy and put it inside Tony. Let's see what happened. Okay, so we'll put it. Okay, delete everything. Okay, usage event. If we enter amount of usage, okay, in kilowatt hour. Okay, so here you don't need to put in the user requirement, customer information. No need. Provide report shows customer information. You need to ask lah. Okay, customer information, everything. Okay, so just okay, never mind lah. Too long. You guys know right? Using eval input everything, right? So now we want to calculate lah. The calculate using the amount. So when you have the input, here is where we will need to use nested if. Okay, nested if. So you have this input, right? So first 200, 0.218. Okay, the next 300, the next 100, okay, the next 100 kilowatt, okay, is 200 to 300 kilowatt per 133.4. Okay, so let's just do it this way. So when you have this, okay, usage is, okay, if usage is more than 0, no. Okay, usage, if usage subtract with 200, this is the first one. And then you have amount of, amount is equal 200. Okay. If usage minus 200, lebih besar pada kosong. If it's more than 0. So I put it this way. Minus 200 is more than 0. 200 times 0.218. And down here we put in nest if. Okay. And outside here, if usage is minus 100, okay, is more than 0. Okay, so here amount is equal 100 amount plus 100 times 0.334. Okay, so here you need to put else outside. Else amount is equal amount plus usage times 0.334. So outside of this, supposedly in the beginning also you have to put in else. Okay, amount is equal usage times 0.218. Okay, this one, if it's more than 200, you have to do the repeated amount, repeated things. And if it's less than 200, just go directly, calculate the result and get the answer is the amount. So now inside here, you need to do another one, another nested if. Okay, if, okay, usage oh no, usage is equal usage minus 2 usage amount. Now this one supposedly I put in usage is equal usage minus 200, and down here usage is equal usage minus 100. Okay, and then if usage minus 100 still lebih besar daripada 0, and then repeat this one next. Oops. Okay. Okay, again, the third one, how much? How many? The third one is 40 cent, so 0 0.4. 0 0.4. And down here also you need else. Else. So you just copy this one, put downwards, tab, one is 0 0.4. Okay, and then 0 0.4. Okay, so and then you have another one, another few ones. Here we have 42 and 45.4. Okay, so 402 and 45.4. So we just copy this one and we paste inside it. Okay, make sure you did not get confused with the indentation. Okay, 4.2, 4.2, 0.42, 0.42, and finally last one is okay for 5.4. Okay, so this one supposedly okay, if more, let's just put in let's just remaining if more than else amount is okay, if is more than 0, no need, just put in, oh no, not this part. So let's make this the last one. Remove this elf. Okay, just remove this one. We put okay. So usage is usage. So since this is the last one, put the usage 0.5. Okay, this is the last one. So at the end, we will have how many loop? This is this one, first one, second, third, fourth, fifth. So once you want to calculate it, okay, let's try calculate it. Run script, unexpected indent where? Oh, this one. Okay, let's try again. This is what horrible with indentation here, Python. Line 6. Oh. Okay, this is indentation problem. So you have to be careful with indentation here. Line 14. Oh. Okay, unexpected where if. Line 9. Okay, supposedly okay. Okay, so enter amount of usage in kilowatt hour. So if you put in 400, so your amount to pay is 1107. So let's take a look at the sample answer. So the sample answer doesn't provide anything. So supposedly this is amount that you need to submit. Okay, for example, you have okay, the first 200 count as here. Okay, if I put 400, okay, first 200 is 200 0.218, and then the next 100 is 0. Times 0.334, and then the next 100 is okay 0.4. Okay, so this is where we have 0.4 here, goes down here, and then it goes directly to displaying the total amount. Okay, so this is where we have nested if. Okay, so for this question is where we rely on nested if for us to get the answer correctly lah. Okay, so this is the sample of the answer. Do you have any questions so far? Ada soalan?
Doctor,
Yeah.
it seems that the question requires us to key in both residential and commercial premises,
Ah.
not just only residential, right?
Ah. So you can just put another okay, another okay, let's for example you want to indent this one, control tab. That's no, okay. So you have to put another one. If residential, if for example I equal 1, okay, so tab 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 tab, then you tab again, tab tab tab. Okay, this is the most annoying thing that I had with Python lah. Okay, so here you have one else. Okay, so same thing, copy this and put the second one down here. Okay, so you ask the user, okay, type is equal eval. Oh, I cannot use this one. Res or com. Okay, so eval input choose one for residential, 0 for commercial. Okay. Oh, it's about raining here. Okay, so you just change the variable down here from okay 40 40 40 41 42 42. So you change here 40 40 40 41 42. Okay, 42 41 41 42 or 41, yeah, 41 4 4 4 3 times 4, right? Okay, so you just change it like this, and then you can just ask the user, oops, which one, I equal 1, so not I, resocom equal. Okay, amount of usage 400. Okay, 1 for residential, 0 for commerce. I choose 1, 110. Okay, and if I choose 0, 400. If I choose 0 for commercial, I get 160. Okay, so you got it? You guys got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's kind of a little bit difficult. Actually, this one is for hand-on test for our C programming course. So you see, this is the C programming course answer. Okay, this is Python. C is much more difficult. Okay, so do you have any questions so far? Okay, supposedly you have to change this one type with residential. So I think you guys can do this by yourself. Change this mount, this input, this input. So this is where the hard part comes in. Okay. Okay. You guys have any question? So I'll copy this and put into the WhatsApp. Okay, so that you can change. Okay, do you have any questions so far? No question? No question? No question? Do you have any question?
No.
No, sir. Nak buka puasa dah, sir. Okay. Never mind. Okay, we're almost finished. So in case you don't have any more question, okay, I'm going to take your attendance for a while and just relax while I call your name. Please respond because I notice a lot among you, okay, who did not come to the class for today. Not fair lah. Okay, kita pun puasa tapi kita pun datang kelas. Okay, dia orang tak datang kelas, kena ambil attendance. Okay, so let's take a look at your attendance. Not opening. Okay, so let's take your attendance here. Okay. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. So make sure you do your assignment. I'll give you your lab time to do your assignment. Your lab time attendance count as your assignment submission. So I'll see you guys next week then. Assalamualaikum. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
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 Thank you,
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.